Step 2 in adding CCC models to database. We've got the models in now. We have to activate them in the XML and get the thing visible in the user interface. So what we start with is making a copy in editor of a similar jet, and we'll go over the details of converting that similar jet into the jet that we're putting in later. So okay, I'm gonna go with J7, I think. Let's see. What theater am I looking at? Image Alley. All right. Uh, hmm. J6. I'll make a copy of J6 because it's a gun only fighter too, I believe. But either way, what we do is we pick a similar jet to what we're doing, and I guess this is kind of similar to F-86. I don't know. We'll get into the changes later. There isn't. Anyways, we'll just add aircraft copy, duplicate CT, yes, and then we can do it by index, and it will be at the top. Take this off and say F-86 Sabre and save. So just we'll hurry up and get the pick the model in there. So it was 5001, 5000, I think maybe. Okay. So we got the new model in there. It's 5000. All right. And this is in vehicles, aircraft. Now we need to go to uh, units, and we're going to do flights and squadrons. And what we need to find is J6. Make a copy of it. Add unit copy. Duplicate CT, yes. And do it by index. We're at the top again. And we can't change the name to J6. It's looking at the wrong area. What we have to do is we have to manually type in all this or deal with the XML files later. I'm just going to go ahead and type these in. Just highlight one, say edit element. And our latest is the F-86 Sabre, so it's going to be down at the bottom. And you just click OK. Just change all these J6s to the F-86 Sabre. And also we take out this hashtag or number sign. It's tedious. I'm just going to record it all anyways. And this won't be an exact copy of the J6. A lot of data is going to be changed later. It's just right now, just to get it in the game, a lot of the data is going to be the same. It's going to be the same as the J6 in a lot of areas. Okay, save. I don't know why its main thing is combat air support. Let's see. We'll probably change that later. That'll be in a different video. Okay, so that's flights. Now we go to squadrons and we find the J6 again. Add unit copy. Yes. And we will take that off and change all these to 6. This won't be combat air support, sure. Okay, later. Okay, got the number sign off and all these say F86, save. So we've got squadrons, in-flights, and vehicles. Latest is F86 Sabre. Okay. Now we have to go to the class table and we look, and you can see one of them still says J6. That's just because sometimes you got to shut down the program and restart it for it to be there. But also, if you just change it and then save it again, it might change. That's really F86 Sabre. So what I'm going to do, each type of jet needs its own specific. Like you can have a Type 10 fighter and a Type 10 fighter bomber and a Type 10 just bomber. But there's only one Type 10 fighter. So, or specific 10, not type. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it by specific. I'm just going to look at the last specific and start there. Okay. A255. So there's a fighter bomber of 110, and I'm going to make this, it's a fighter only, so I can still use 110. So I'm going to do it by index. and I'm going to go back to the F86. Okay, and I'm going to change the specific to 110. And it's okay that there's a fighter bomber as 110. There's no fighter as 110. So this is what we're doing. Okay, do it by index again. You've got to do it in all three places. And you see it changed to F86 Sabre now. Okay, so I'm going to change this one to 110. Save. Dex. Specific 110. Save. Okay, so we got a fighter squadron, flight, and airplane at specific 110. That should be good. Now, just real quick, we're going to get it to be available on the user interface. So, not this. Okay, we're in Meg Alley, Art, Main, and all these don't really need to be here, but I just copied it earlier straight from KTO, but I'll whittle that down. But the main thing is you need it in text IDs and units are the two files. Well, first, I got ahead of myself. Okay. Hold on, let me gather. Right. For now, we're just going to get it available in the UI and just trying to figure out the correct way to do this in what order, but there really is sometimes not an exact order. Okay, text IDs and units. Close all but this. And then we'll go into campaign and go to TE planes. So that's the three folders files to get it showing in the user interface is text IDs and units in art main, yeah, and the TE planes in campaign TE planes. So here's the EFC16, the last one I put in, it's 612. Then there's this batch of numbers here that does something else, and you can go higher. But until we get to 580 or 608, you see, skip from 608, it's already used, 696. Anyways, 612 isn't used, so I used it. So we're just going to go to 613, and it's going to be TEXT underscore F86, and we're going to call this 613. So now we go to, okay, save that, yes. Go to units, and now this is what's going to show up in the pick list. And we'll just go to the bottom, add text. Okay. Dang it. All right. Just make it look like the other one, and then put in what we wrote in the last file, txt underscore F86, and then you just put a quote, and whatever's in that quote is what's going to show up in the user interface, and we'll just say F86 Sabre, and we're done there. Save that, and we go into main directory and campaign. Go to TE Planes, and it's kind of in order, so I guess probably after F-18s. I don't. We'll put it after the last F-18. There's the J6. We'll copy it and change a couple numbers. Put it after the F-18. Okay, space. Didn't need to be there. Okay, number 6 and 8. This is for the flight and squadron, and they both mean fighter. Whereas 7 and 9 are both for the flight squadron, and that means fighter bomber. So this is already a fighter only. I don't know why it's set up for combat air support. But anyways, we changed this number. It's the specific number to 110. So we write 110 in there, and this is the dogfight number, and even though we're not putting this into the dogfight scenario yet, if we do, we're going to need a specific number, and as you can see, that's not it's going to need its own number, and that's obviously not its own number. So we need to see what the highest number is here and go a little bit higher than that, and I guess Control F, 2200, what, 20,000 or 22,000. I wonder if it goes any higher than that. So we just find all on our okay. Yeah, they don't go to 22 even, I believe. Okay. So it's all the 21s. Yeah, I don't think they go even very high. 21s. F 2 1 3. Okay. Okay. There's only 1214. Oh, that's not even the right one. Okay. There's no 214s. Okay. Okay, we got 21374. 21374 is the highest one, so we go back to where we were and make it 21375. Let's see, where were we? F 18. Okay, we'll change this J6 here to F86. Saber. That's just for developer to see. That's not what the game sees. Okay, so we're changing this to 21374. I mean 5, because 74 is taken already. Okay, just to double check, Control F, find all. Where's this at? That's us, so it's good. All right, and let's see. 49 is the text ID number, and for the F86 Saber, which we made over here, our text ID is 613. So in TE Planes, this is what tells the user interface which text to use. It's put 613 here, and when it runs across this line, it will say, well, I'm going to look here, and 613 is this, and it will go into units and see this and then type that to the user interface. Did I misspell that? I think it is spelled that way. Anyways, so this will show in the user interface. Hopefully, we'll just close this and save so far, and we will give it a try. And there's a lot more, but this is just to make sure it is in the game. We won't be having air-to-ground bombs. Now, this is using the J6 FM still, and a lot of other J6 stuff. I'm just going to check this, and I'm going to make video 3 about changing it all to the right F86 stuff. This is basically a J6 with the F86 skin right now. If it loads. Okay. It did load, so we're gonna do the pit real quick, and then the pit view, and then we'll get to video number 3. Okay, so in vehicles, let's see. Go to our theater and go to art, cockpit art, and the Sabre under vehicles aircraft. Find out it is. We should know this already because we just made this, but obviously it's 5,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to make, I guess, I don't know what kind of pit would best fit for this as generic, but maybe the A10, I don't know. Let's see. For now, we'll just do A10. Can come up with something better later. So we make A10 copy, and we rename it 586. No, sorry, 5,000. Now, let's see what the cockpit thing here looks like. Does it have a wing model? No, so we're going to have to do something else real quick. I will get into the wing view and all the other stuff in the next video, because this involves getting this right, involves putting in a correct flight model, because some of the wing view is directed from there, and this will be okay, but we got to work on it. So that's how you get it. That's the basics of getting a jet in. And I'll stop this video here.